Hello, Jase Perry here. Right, if you're an author of fiction books, I'm going to give you 6 things you can look at now to increase the chances of making sales on those books. Okay, so let's get started. Just for a bit of background about me, I started on the author side, let's call it the creative side. That's a paintbrush. I started on the creative side, and it was hard for me to make money. I was below 1k a month. Okay, then I moved on to the just create books to make money. Okay, and that got me up to 50k in a month. So it's typically easier to create books when you're just there to make money. Now, that doesn't help you if you created all these books already that aren't selling. Okay, so just to give you an idea of where I'm coming from, I'm going to bring some of these money making skills into your world now, so you can use them to increase the chances of making money. So let's get started. There's 6 things. First thing is the title. Now, when you're an author of fiction books, the title isn't apparent what it is to a regular Joe. And you think it's the regular Joes on Amazon that are going to be buying the books. So you kind of want to get an impulse buy from that person. Now, what I would do is, whatever niche you're in, just say you're in the horror niche, there's already loads of books selling in the horror niche, and you think these regular guys, they might be fans of horror books, they're going to be buying books already, so they're familiar with these book titles. So I would look up the top 5 or 10 book titles that are selling and see if there's any sort of vibe, any specific words that are in those titles that you can use in your title to increase the familiarity of your book. So if they see your book, they're kind of familiar with those words, so they may buy. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing I do is check out your cover. Same thing, whatever books are selling now, take those books, literally screenshot all those book covers, the top 5 or 10, take it into Gemini. Say to Gemini, these are all the best-selling book covers. I want you to create me a book cover that's similar, has a premium feel, just like these ones, but give it your details, so it creates your book cover and it's got a similar vibe to these ones. Again, more familiarity, and you're basically taking what's selling already and then bringing it into your book. And this takes minutes in Gemini. Gemini is awesome, try it. And then now you've got a really good cover, and then you've got a title that's familiar. I think these 2 alone will help increase the chances, because that's the first 2 things people see. Now, to break this down more, let's go into adding basically more perceived value to the book. Description. Just say you do manage to get them to click on your book. The first thing they're going to see is the headline. Okay. Just think of the headline as a standalone thing to draw them in. So a lot of thought needs to be put into your headline to give them enough reason to read more of your description. So forget the rest of the description till you need the headline. Bit like the hook. Bit like the beginning of this video where I said, if you're an author of fiction books on Amazon, see, I'm specifically talking to you now, and I'm hoping you're still here. But most people would just see that I'm not an author of fiction book and they're gone. But the right people, like you guys still watching, you're still here. So same thing with the headline. If it's for horror books, you want to say something to them, just talking specifically to that customer, to draw them in, to read the rest of the description. And then the rest of the description needs to talk about the benefits for them. Why are they going to spend $15 on your book? All benefits, okay? All right, the 4th thing is A+ content. Now, I'll say this is the 4th thing, but I think, especially with our scrolling culture, a lot of the time people are scrolling straight down and they're seeing the A+ content maybe before the description. So again, it's the same thing. You want to talk benefits. Now, here's a quick little tip for you when it's A+ content. Do what you need to do. Do what you need. Do you need to show them the benefits and no more. Don't be inclined to add loads and loads of stuff there, wishy-washy. Just tell them exactly what it is. You see the best-selling fiction books, sometimes they've only got 2, 3 panels. They just say, I mean, the bestsellers will say something like, New York bestseller. That alone, that's all they need to say. Like, you can't say that, obviously, but you can say something. Just think of the best thing you can say to try and get an impulse buy from this person, and no more. Right? The 5th thing is I'm going to put editorials. Now, I'm going to talk about reviews in a second, but if you've got, I mean, anyone legit that's read your book that you can include there, put that in there. If you have got reviews already, put in the editorials. By editorials, I mean, like, you know, when they're scrolling, they've gone just past your A+ content, they're going to see some text there about the author and editorials. You put 5 stars there from a review that you've already got. You put it there though, it looks a lot more prominent and it looks a lot more like, adds more perceived value. If you've got 3-5 stars there, people would, they're not even going to, they won't even read it, but they just see the 3 stars. It keeps in their head, okay? So add those editorials. The last thing is reviews. Now, I'm not sure how safe it is to get reviews from third-party companies and whatnot, you know, where you can legit give your book out to people, get introduced to readers, and they leave you a legit review. I'm not sure how safe that is. If you're going to do it, you don't need that much, okay? I used to get like 20 5-star reviews on my books, and I'd leave it at. But I think if you're not sure if it's like safe or not, just one. I mean, I recommend to the guys in my program, because I'm not sure if it's legit. So I always say to them, look, if you're going to do it at your own risk. If you want to stay completely safe, 100% safe, just recommend it to a friend of a friend, and a friend of friend, someone way down the line from you, to read your book, to buy your book and read it, okay, and just leave your review if they liked it, okay, and then just have like, at least just have 1 5-star there, okay, because it's perceived value. Now, you see all of these kind of go in an order. They're going to see your title first, and then that will draw them in, maybe to have a look at the cover. So if you get those 2, if you nail those 2, then there's a good chance you can increase your sales straight away. But then you're drawing them in further. This is someone that's still on the fence. Make sure that the headline draws them in further enough to read the benefits of your description. Otherwise, they're not going to read it at all. Okay, so you're drawing them in more. Maybe they've skipped the description, or maybe they're still on the fence and they're reading your A+ content. Just put what you need and no more. Just very straight to the point. What's the benefit? Why this person is going to spend their hard-earned money to buy your books? Editorials, if they're still scrolling, still on the fence, boom, 5-star reviews there. Just show them there. And then the reviews at your discretion. If you want to use a third party, but I would just get a friend of a friend of a friend to leave me a 5-star review, like a legit 5-star review. Okay, but I think if you do all of these 6 things, if you look at every 6 of these and just work on increasing the perceived value for the customer on all 6 of these, this will increase your chances of making sales on your books. Thanks for watching. And by the way, this is all, like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not even sure if I said this, but I come from a background of just making money on KDP. If you just want to make money on KDP, so you can have your account making you money, so you can spend time on creating the books that you love and not have to worry about making money on those, then I'll leave a little video here. This is a simple roadmap to making $1,000 a month on KDP. That might be of some use to you. Give me a little like, and if this was of any value to you at all, it helps my channel. Subscribe for more videos on how to make money selling books on Amazon KDP. See you in the next one. Cheers.